A lot of people will have you think that there is no perfect diet, that everyone is unique, and that, there's only one diet that works for everyone. And the truth is, this is false. There is actually a diet that works for everyone. There's a perfect diet that you can use to build muscle, to lose fat, and to just be a healthy overall human being. And in this video, I'm gonna tell you exactly what that diet is. I'm gonna tell you what that diet is. I'm gonna tell you why it works. And I'm also going to tell you what's gonna happen if you don't start eating this way. And let me tell you, the truth is not pretty. But just sit back and relax. I'm about to give y'all the sauce. So what is this diet? What is this holy grail that's gonna give you the life of your dreams? It's eating real food, my nigga. If you look at all the diets that change lives, it doesn't matter whether it's keto, whether it's carnivore, whether it's vegan, whether it's paleo, whether it's Atkins, whether it's just intermittent fasting. The diets that work the best are gonna be the ones where you eat real food. And what is real food? It's pretty simple, my nigga. It's food that comes from nature. It's food that you could find if you went out into the woods. Like if you saw a boar or if you saw a cow and you hunted it down and then killed it, or if you saw some plants growing out the ground, whether it was like vegetables, whether it was some fruits hanging from a tree, whether it's some potatoes in the ground, whether it's some, funky mushrooms that you found hanging around off a wood stool. Like, look, it's just food that you would find in nature. Like there's no need to overcomplicate it. So obviously there's some more nuance to it though, which I'm about to break down. So the first part of eating real food that you want to remember is just protein. Protein is king, as I always like to say. And you want to make sure that you're getting your protein from good sources. This is going to be stuff like grass-fed and finished. And this is also just going to be organic protein, because you don't want to be getting protein from bad sources. Because like if you're getting protein that's just super cheap and it's not organic and stuff like that, like sure, you'll be getting protein, but it's just gonna be lesser quality protein. Like you can eat it. It's literally like the type of meat that you'd find in like McDonald's, or the type of meat you'd find in a fast food place. It's just not gonna be high quality. It might even cause you to break out. So you wanna make sure you're getting your protein from high quality sources. Make sure you get it grass-fed and finished and organic as much as possible. And there's a lot of people that's like, oh, but that's expensive. Like, my nigga, is your health really that expensive? Is it that hard to invest into your health? Because understand, if you don't invest into your health now, you'll invest into it later when you gotta pay the doctor, when you gotta pay the hospital bills, because your fat ass is having disease and you gotta deal with all that now. So just understand, either pay the price now, feel good, look good, be smarter, or pay the price later and fucking die eventually. So the choice is yours. But yeah, some good protein sources also, the best ones in my opinion, is just gonna be any red meat and like most fishes. So for me personally, this is stuff like bison, beef, or steak or something, and also like salmon, sardines, and chicken thighs. Now obviously you can get protein, also eggs, I almost forgot eggs. Also you can get your protein from stuff like turkey and like chicken breast and tuna and stuff like that, but those are just lesser quality proteins and they're also not gonna keep you as full. And that's one of the main good things about protein, is that it literally keeps you full. Like you will be satiated, you'll be full, and you're not gonna wanna overeat or binge as much because of that. Now, how much protein should you get is real simple. You wanna get 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Ideally just get 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. If you weigh 150 pounds, get 150 grams. Now, for those of y'all that are lazy at doing math though, I got you. Just get like 140 to 200 grams of protein a day and you should be fine. Now, if you're shorter, obviously, like if you're a Napoleon man, if you're like a 5'4" dude, then lower it 100 to 140 G's. Protein will also make you grow too, because protein, building block of muscle, keeps you full and all that. And on top of that, meat tastes pretty great. Pause. But yeah, you get the point. Moving on. Also, you want to make sure you're getting healthy fats. So healthy fats, this is real simple. This is stuff like coconut oil, olive oil, avocado oil, stuff like butter, beef tallow, lard, just like really anything that you cook with. And you just want to make sure that you're cooking with these healthy fats. And on top of that, try to get fat from stuff like avocados. Try to get it from stuff like animal fats, like if you eat like a fatty steak, if you eat like some fatty lamb or some fatty fish, just make sure you're getting a lot of animal fat, and also just cooking with good oils. Don't cook with no shitty seed oils, but we're saving that for later on in the video. Y'all are gonna see what that does to you. Next, also when it comes to carbs, so carbs can be a tricky situation because a lot of people hear carbs and they think that it's like the most important food group. They hear it's like the base of the food pyramid, and they hear like, oh, you need a lot of carbs so you have energy. And be like, yes, don't get me wrong, my nigga. Obviously, you need carbs so that you have energy. But you want to make sure you're getting your carbs from good sources. So, going back to the, main overarching theme of this video, eat real food. So get your carbs from potatoes, yams, fruits, veggies, stuff like rice, stuff like beans, lentils. Like you want to get your carbs from stuff that you could find in nature. And obviously stuff like rice, even like stuff like some beans and lentils. Yeah, sure, it has like a little bit of processing, but it's like so minimal. It's just so that you can actually get the food. So when you comes to like those type of carb sources, don't worry about those. Like those are actually good for you. Yeah, really just make sure that you get your food from real sources. So get your protein, fats, and carbs from real sources. On top of that, you want to make sure that you're eliminating shitty foods. This is going to be stuff like seed oils. This is going to be stuff like refined carbs, added sugar, even some nuts and seeds and stuff like dairy. Because like obviously everyone's different. Like there's some people like in Northern Europe that can, you know, eat raw dairy and they're just completely fine. But for the average person, I would just say to avoid these foods, because what these foods do is they cause inflammation, they cause you to gain weight, and when you gain weight, that's when you start getting fat, you start getting obese, and that's when you're more at risk for disease like diabetes and heart disease. If you look at the majority of people that have diseases, they're fat. I'm just the messenger, okay? Y'all niggas that got disease are probably fat as fuck, okay? You probably fat as fuck and don't go to the gym. I'm sorry to tell you. Now, I'm not trying to be a dick, but I'm just being honest, okay? But I'm also giving y'all the keys so that you can change this. So just keep that in mind, you know? It's like an edge, double-edged sword, my boy. But yeah, just make sure that you eliminate those shitty foods, because what they do is they cause inflammation. And on top of that, they also just cause you to overeat, because those foods don't have any nutrients. Like, sure, don't get me wrong, raw dairy and nuts, that stuff does have nutrients. But for the most part, like the other foods, the seed oils, the refined carbs, the, you know, like the wheat, the flour, the added sugar, that stuff has no actual nutritional value. And understand, you get full off of eating nutrients. That's why I said you want to make sure you're getting a lot of protein, getting a lot of fat. That stuff is going to keep you full. That stuff is going to stop you from overeating. Now, obviously, like I said, don't forget, there is some nuance with like the nuts and the dairy, but for the most part, just to be safe, just don't eat that shit. Just eat meat, fruits and veggies, you know, good carbs like rice and yams, potatoes, and just eat your healthy fats from stuff like coconut oil, olive oil, or animal fat. All right, on top of that, don't forget some of the most important pillars. Also, you want to make sure you're fasting, because fasting will detox your body, as well as just release a whole bunch of hormones that keep you young and healthy and actually make you smarter. You know, it releases BDNF, HGH, testosterone. Fasting is just so key. So do like a 16-8 or 18-6 or 24. This is just where you don't eat for, you know, 16 to 20 hours, and you only eat in that small condensed window of like 8 to 4 hours. Y'all know about me, I only eat one meal a day, so it works wonders for you. On top of that, follow a 90-10 rule, because understand, I know that y'all watching this video, you're not going to immediately throw out the food in your fridge, throw out the food in your pantry. You're not just going to completely change your life just because of this video. And I get it, I don't blame you. You know, I'm just a dude on YouTube trying to educate you and make your life better, but hey. But seriously, just follow a 90-10 rule. What this means is that 90% of the time you eat healthy, and 10% of the time, you know, you binge or whatnot, and like you go a little crazy, you eat a little unhealthy. And the reason why this works is because like 90% of the time you'll be at home, you'll be eating like healthy meals, you'll be eating, you know, whatever healthy real food that you've cooked. But then 10% of the time, let's say that you go out to eat on a date, let's say you go out to eat with friends, let's say that you go out to eat, or like you go to some event, or like, you know, your job is giving out food, then you can eat there and just feel good knowing that way, like you're not eating like this all the time, you're not always eating unhealthy, and your body has time to process it and detoxify yourself with the fasting as well. So remember that 90-10 rule, no 80-20, because everyone does the 80-20. I want y'all to get real results, so follow a 90-10. Eat healthy 90% of the time, save that 10% of the time for, you know, maybe it's the weekend, maybe you want to go on a date with your lady, maybe your friends want to go hit a taco shop, whatever it be. And yeah, that's really it. That's really the whole overarching diet. Now, why does it work? So it works because it just gives you more energy. Like I said, these foods are real. They have nutrients. Nutrients are where you get your energy from. And when you have high energy, your life is just better, because essentially the reward goes to the highest energy person. If you just have the energy to always be on top of things, to always get shit done, to always just, you know, move and on the drop of a dime, you will be successful. So by just eating like this, you'll have more energy. On top of that, you'll also be smarter, because what a lot of these fake foods do is they actually make you dumb. Like I'm being so serious right now. When you eat stuff like seed oils, it has this thing called linoleic acid, which takes up space in your brain. Understand, your brain is made of 65% fat. In order for your brain to grow and just, you know, maintain itself and keep growing, it needs to get DHA fat. which comes from stuff like seafood and whatnot. If you eat too many seed oils and linoleic acid, it will clog up your brain. It will take up space in your brain, so that way, even if you are eating DHA, even if you are eating seafood, it can't get in there because the linoleic acid is taking up too much space. So this is actually something that, this is why America's IQ went down, like once seed oils became common. But yeah, eating this way literally makes you stupid. And you'll find it common too, because you'll eat that food and you'll just be like, like it has no nutrients, it doesn't feed your body. On top of that too, just eating real food, eating like this is gonna make your physique look great. Like I said, it's gonna stretch fat, it's gonna build muscle, it's gonna make you strong, it's gonna give you energy, and it's gonna make you healthy, okay? So if you want a good physique, just eat the real food. Now, what's gonna happen if you don't eat this way? Well, you're gonna be like the average American. Fat, lazy, stupid, ugly, and probably dying. So don't do that, okay? Don't do that. Understand, times are changing. Robert F. Kennedy's about to take over the FDA and like all the health organizations, and he's talking about like getting rid of seed oils and making, you know, foods more animal based, which is going to be really cool. So understand, we are currently at like the time of kind of like a renaissance in health in America. So I'm trying to put y'all on game early, you know, hop on the train early, because this is about to become the new normal. If you don't start eating this way, you're just increasing the risk that you're gonna die earlier. So shoot, you know, maybe take care of yourself, for your family, for your kids, for the people that really care about you, and also just for yourself, because there's no lie, you know that eating real food is always what you're supposed to do. You know deep down that this is the way you're supposed to be eating. So just start doing it sooner rather than later. With all that being said, don't forget to check out the top link in the description below if you want to get your top 1% physique. In my school community, I give you programs on training, diet, and recovery, just trying to get y'all right, trying to get you that top 1% physique. On top of that, check out my other socials at @TheOneSule. And don't forget to check out the last video I made about whether or not you should go to college. Real interesting video on that one. With all that being said, stay up, stay blessed, stay based. Appreciate you for watching this video. Dooski.